This is Leaf Life. All things cannabis for all people. Now, Ricker and the Bearded Lorax.
We publish a free magazine called The Leaf that is available in print in 14 states at your local cannabis retailer and also available online at leafmagazines.com. I'm Mike Ricker, your host of Leaf Life, with my co-host Wes Abney, also known as the Bearded Lorax.
I speak for the trees.
And of course, there's AJOG.
Hola, aloha OGs.
And Mary J. White.
The smoking female.
The Golden State is the epicenter of the cannabis world. Since being the first to legalize the plant for medical use in 1996, it has proven the bellwether in direction and inspiration for cannabis pioneers across the globe. So then, why is the industry so fucked? Oh, this is California Dreamin'.
West Coast is the best coast.
Apparently. Our first segment, the current nightmare. And then on our second segment, the solution. But before we get educated, we've got to get medicated. So let's get stoned.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Let's go, baby.
So wherever your day has led you, now it's time to chew up, fire up, drink up, whatever you got to do to get your cannabinoids in that body as we introduce this show's Greg the Guinea Pig.
Hi, I'm Greg, and Ricker used to try his weed out on me. But now it's someone else's turn to be the guinea pig.
All right, this time it is a huge baller. This guy comes from San Diego. He's the previous owner of Platinum Vapes and now the co-owner of Gelato Cannabis Company, currently operating in California, Michigan, and Illinois. George Sadler, welcome to the Leaf Life Podcast.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We are not in Illinois, sorry.
Yet.
Right.
Yes. Soon, though, right?
Soon.
Fair enough.
Well, Missouri as well.
By the time this comes out, I left that one out. Yeah. Well, this is a recorded show. So when it comes out, you'll be in Illinois, man. So we're live, bro.
That's out.
So George does not smoke. He just does edibles. Therefore, we're going to have to call in a pinch hitter.
And now, stepping up to the plate, here's today's pinch hitter.
All right, AJ, what do we got?
All right,
Oh, not
guys.
yet. Hold on.
What?
We got to spin AJ's wheel to see what's in AJ's stash.
You gotta see what she's doing.
That's right.
What's in AJ's stash?
All right, it could be a vape card, could be a dab, it could be some edibles, could be some flour, could be the suppository, Wes.
Hey.
No, not this time.
We've got some bomb pre-rolls, y'all. This is by Parasol. It's a Washington brand here. It looks like this is Gelato 45. What do you know?
Coinky-dinky.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, we're on that gelato grind today. So this is the Girl Scout cookies times sherbet.
Oh, yum.
Bomb. This is going to be great to start our show off today, you guys.
And by the way, AJ says here in Washington, that's where we record the podcast, Leaf HQ in the Georgetown area. But we're all over the country. We're in New York, New Jersey, obviously California, also Oregon, Alaska. Hey, you guys listening in Abu Dhabi or Australia, we're downloaded in 48 countries across the globe. Welcome to the Leaf Life Podcast. This is your first time. And go check out leafmagazines.com. It's where our mags are available online. And AJ is a talented pitch hitter. I'm going to call that a triple.
Wow.
Okay, she stepped up to the plate.
And just boom.
Right down to the third base line, Mary.
Smells
My
good.
goodness.
What do you got, AJ?
You guys, this is fire,
Is
bro. Yeah, I'm impressed. Yes, let's pass this.
Thank you.
Pass
you
the
smoking
Dutchie
good?
on the left phone side.
Pass it.
This is a
Wow.
special moment, you guys.
That's a
Mary
first.
doesn't often hit with us.
We're rounding second base,
Yes.
coming into third base now.
This
Is it going to be a home run?
I'll be honest, this is very soothing. I've got that exhilarated feeling, but yet it's still calming. I think that's that cookies in there. Gelato's one of my favorites, so yeah, this is a good way to start the show.
How you feeling there, Big Daddy?
Delicious.
There we go.
Looks like Wes is eating breakfast right now.
Feeling delicious.
He's a bearded Lorax.
Oh yeah.
He eats it for breakfast, lunch, midnight snack, 24/7.
That's right.
All right, let's get into California dreaming. Everybody's got these visions of grandeur, so to speak, when they enter into the cannabis industry. And many people made their way from all over the country to do so in California. And of course, the OGs come from California. They've been growing in NorCal the best weed in the world since way before cannabis was legalized. But now that it's legal in Cali after the medical, game and now the recreational game, it is a very difficult place to own a business and operate and to make margins so that you can actually stay in business. The reason many people say, because I live in the Los Angeles area now and George lives in the San Diego area, is because the black market is so prominent. And there's a lot of different reasons why that is, but obviously that causes a major conundrum. George, maybe you can explain further.
Are you going to blame this on me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, George,
Okay.
it's all
Well,
you, baby.
We're
All right.
passing it to you.
Okay. I'll take that instead of the baseball bat over there.
Fair. That's a big joint.
No, I mean, I think that's probably one of the sole problems that we have right now. And I think it's across the board in all states, I think, except for Michigan. Michigan's really good about making sure that your door is legal. I think, and I don't know the exact numbers right now, but I think we're upwards of around 600 licensed stores in California, which is crazy to think.
No, more like 1,200.
Is it 12?
Yeah.
Wow.
600.
Wow.
Yeah, like 1,200 licensed stores.
There's
Maybe
20
not open.
I know there's 2,800 accounted for doors that are not licensed,
Oh.
aka black market.
And these are like retail shops that a
Full
customer
open
might not
retail-
realize.
Yep.
What?
They're just like, it looks like a weed store.
That's exactly what it is. And, back in the day, we did all these pop-ups and, we were all part of that market when it wasn't legal and when you weren't licensable. And now it's going stronger than ever.
Well-
And watch what's happening because it is the depletion of what's happening now. We're losing stores, by the 10s and 20s. Right now.
Legal stores.
Legal stores, yeah.
People who have taken the time and energy to go through the process.
Well, let's not forget the money part of that
Well,
process.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, imagine, and it's influencing a lot of people too to go that other direction.
Well, it's cheaper, right? If you buy from the black market,
You're
is
not
it
paying
less
taxes.
expensive?
Well, not only is it cheaper, but then, the incentive is, as we used to be, that you don't pay taxes.
And
These guys
taxes are really high for cannabis companies.
Oh,
Here in
yeah.
Washington
It's
State,
ridiculous.
it's almost 50%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
ridiculous.
we're not, which is crazy. We're not that high, but I think all together with everything in it, it's about 26.
So are
Wow.
you saying
Which is
then
ridiculous.
that the primary problem with California cannabis is the black market?
Yes, yes.
And is that because it was so established there before it became legal?
Oh, no. I mean, yes, it was established, but it's established in every state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a state that we have that doesn't have a black market.
Yeah, but I'm thinking
The
like
big thing-
Humboldt County and stuff. I mean, California was always kind of famous for pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Illegal
Yeah.
pot.
Yeah.
Well, so Humboldt has constricted because of raids and because it's a difficult place to grow legal weed.
Okay.
Because then you got to truck it, ship
Right.
it all the way down.
But it's still huge.
It's still big.
Huge.
But it's not. It's not the same.
No.
I have a question. Is it the old medical operators that just stayed black market, or is
Nope.
this a totally
Nope,
new
it's-
wave of black market?
So it's a combination. We were all medical at
which is
one
my
point in
roots,
time.
with
Right.
the
Yeah.
least roots.
Yeah.
Yep. So now what's happened is you have the people that did stayed in the AKA medical side, and then the rest of us that went licensed. Then you have a group of people that straddle that fence. I'm not going to name any names, but big names. One we were talking about earlier, that realize that they can be on both sides of the fence, and they're not getting in trouble.
Well, now that's the thing. Don't you have a cannabis board? Don't they come down and
we
fine
have-
you and get
Yeah,
you arrested?
We have all that shit. And I'll tell you what, as a licensed manufacturer, retailer, distributor, as we are, we're under the thumb from everybody.
Right.
So
You got to fine for your trash bins.
Or
Literally.
sitting on the thumb.
not even a joke.
No, he got
No, we got fined for not having the right amount of recycling bins in our facility.
Oh,
Wow.
my.
Come
Okay.
on.
Not even joking.
Now, Mary,
Wow.
to answer your question, the whole thing is kind of a mess because if the governing body comes in
Yeah.
and starts busting people all over the place,
Right.
all that does is make the competition stronger, right? And then there are other issues if they come in arresting people, because then, rights and, the list goes on to the legal problems and the lawsuits that can develop from them maybe not invading in the right way. right?
Yeah.
I like that term, invading.
Yeah.
As a raid.
Exactly.
Well, do you think some of this comes down to California's politics
100%.
and the lack of will to prosecute crime? Because you hear about it depending on which news network you listen to. Like California is either a glowing example of progressive policy or a place where criminals get away with crime.
I think it's
kind
both
of
those.
both. Yeah,
it
but
is.
they aren't arresting people for drug crimes on a small level. And then if there's thousands of dispensaries that are illegal and then thousands of grows that are illegal, if they busted one a day, a new one a day would probably pop up, wouldn't you say?
That has always been the issue, but part of our taxes are supposed to go to that.
Right. Yeah.
And they're not.
So how would you see tackling this issue? You know, because as someone who doesn't want to see anyone go to jail for pot, it's really hard to say, oh, go bust them. But then they're also screwing the legal market, which is the future.
Right.
And they're undercutting the taxes and the structures that pave our roads and support everything.
Well, I mean, let's be clear. They're not going to jail because of pot. They're going to jail because of their decisions on how
criminal behavior.
Correct. I mean, we could say that about anything. You know what I mean? Any market. And the reality is that we all, not we all, but a lot of people fought to be able to smoke a joint on your front porch.
Yeah.
And not be bothered.
Yeah.
And we got there. And then we got to the point where we could have retail and have safe access for people that were AKA being robbed in street corners. And it's the truth. When you hear that, people go, oh yeah, that's safe. But that's the truth.
Yeah.
People are being robbed on, back alleys and doing all these deals. And then not to mention the safe access part and having safe cannabis it should be a priority.
Yeah.
And so when you take cultivators, Humboldt, wherever they're growing, which is everywhere now, whether they're licensed or not licensed, how are they growing? Is it important to us to know that we are getting the best, safest cannabis that we can get? And we're not. And if you test what's coming out through the black market, pesticides, all the negative residuals through
Eagle 20,
or edibles,
edibles,
not being made in a
and you
commercial
remember this
kitchen.
is concentrated values. So what do you get? So if you're using Eagle 20, for example,
what is
you're getting a concentrated value of that in a cartridge or in an edible.
Eagle 20 is a pesticide. And it's banned. And it's dirty. And
they use it?
Well, yes. I mean, go test your McDonald's hamburger as well. It's
like
probably
I
no
ever
better.
It's a lot of things. It's found in a lot of different things.
It
so
is.
I have to say, you guys, this is like a little bit interesting for me because, I'm an OG and I've worked with OGs for years. I come from, what you want to call the traditional market now.
AJOG.
But, they refer to it as the black market, but now we're starting to refer to it as the traditional market.
Yeah.
So that's my heritage and my background. So this conversation is really interesting to hear the polarity and the dynamic that's at play. Because to me, it is our black market OGs. They are the reason that we're here, actually. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, unfortunately, many of them got pushed out of the rhetoric for shaping the law or having an opportunity to speak on behalf of the law, but they've served time in jail and they carried the weight and the seed from across the nations. Like one of my, my papa in cannabis is, some people know Derek Hausman. He was the true OG, the true OG. I mean, long story short, that seed traveled the world, and like if it wasn't for people like him and there's others out in the UK that have really helped shape through being black market and OG. So I hear the rhetoric, but I also just feel like there's always going to be room and space for black market. Like straight up, I have not ever purchased retail here in this state. Unfortunately, I don't mean it that way. Allegedly, but I still have my person. I have my person, and they have their card and all their things going on, but it's still their at-home operation, and it's been that same person for me for years.
I think that's the key, though. That's not a threat to the legal system. A patient growing and sharing their meds. The future of cannabis is licensed systems.
Yes.
Yeah,
and so we can honor the black market for bringing us here.
I've been
But
there.
I feel like it's always going to be there.
It's
like,
not the future.
I don't know if it really affects the retail market.
We'll see. In the second segment,
It's not going away.
We'll talk
Yeah,
about the
right?
solution. But first, George, it's time for you to play Colombia or Cambodia.
Welcome, fellow scholars.
Bienvenida a nuestro juego de malezas.
It's time to play Colombia
Colombia.
or Cambodia.
You love it, Mary. Come on.
Colombia.
Cambodia.
On the heels of the massive global success of the games Serbia or Siberia and Australia or Austria, here's the next iteration of Planet Earth's favorite confusing brain bender. Yeah. All right, George, you ready?
Okay, yeah, I'm
Here we
ready.
go, dog.
Have no clue what we're doing, but I'm on. Let's do it.
Is it Colombia or Cambodia? Number one, in this country of over 50 million people, there are only about 50 Starbucks coffee locations nationwide. Colombia or Cambodia? Coffee.
You would lean towards Cambodia because you would think
More
Colombia,
people.
is the coffee. But Colombia also has, aka the best coffee
In the world,
in the
potentially.
world.
Yeah.
And they chew
And
cotton.
Starbucks gets their beans from Colombia.
Dude knows
So,
his shit.
so what's the answer?
I like this.
50 locations.
I'm going to say that
I like where your head's
that
at.
it only has 50 locations. I'm going to say Cambodia because, or no, sorry, I'm going to say Colombia. Oh, yeah.
They changed it.
I flipped on that. No, I'm going to say Colombia.
Final answer.
Final answer is Colombia.
He's right.
Yeah, there you go. Good job,
George. Man.
You got your
Wait,
OG
what did I win?
knowledge on
In
that.
the country that supplies a large portion of the world's coffee, there is a surprising lack of Starbucks. You're absolutely right, George.
There we go.
So
Wow.
smart.
Smart. He runs a big country.
Interesting. I like your logic on that one.
Number
I had to
two.
work through that.
Yeah, you
In this
did.
country, the national anthem is played on the radio and television every day at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m.
Well,
by
it's
law.
not the United States.
No.
That went away. Good. Oh. I'm going to say Cambodia.
He's absolutely wrong. It's, yeah.
We're batting 50.
It's Colombia. He's batting
Gosh,
500.
Darn it. It's all right. It's okay.
The Colombian people are very patriotic, and this law reflects that.
Well, I appreciate that.
All right.
Wish,
Number
wish
three.
we were still there.
Yeah.
This country is home to the world's largest religious building. Colombia or
Man,
Cambodia.
that's a tough one.
Ooh.
Hey.
I'm gonna say Cambodia.
Mary. He's absolutely right.
Yeah. Yeah, Cambodia for sure. Yeah.
And that's a high five for Mary for giving him the answer.
I could see the like.
I've
Buddhist
actually
temple.
been
I was
there.
going that way.
It's called Angkor Wat in Cambodia. It's considered one of the wonders of the world and is on the UNESCO World Heritage List.
Yes.
Wow.
Hey, I'm going to post a picture.
And I'll
of-
give you my
Cool.
reasoning because we were in Thailand. That's where I got engaged.
Oh.
And for some reason, the whole temples and it's, every corner is
Buddhist
religion.
temples.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I associated Cambodia with Thailand.
Oh, that's so confusing.
That's called deducing.
That was my mental reckoning.
Hey, but the culture, right? You're
Yes.
like, okay, the culture.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gotta be
I
there.
feel that.
Hey, if you want to discover cannabis news, reviews, entertainment, and culture, and explore every Leaf magazine at your convenience, search leafmagazines.com. Coming up in our second segment, we'll dive into how the problem with the California cannabis industry can be solved. We'll get into another spin of AJ's Wheel, and we'll kick it all off with another episode of Why Didn't I Think of That? With Mary J. White. Leaf Life continues in just a moment.
These products have intoxicating effects and may be habit forming.
Marijuana can impair concentration, coordination, and judgment.
Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence of this drug.
There may be health risks associated with consumption of these products.
For use by adults 21 and older.
Keep out of the reach of children.
Some of the wardrobe, including Ricker Wes's sick lids, is provided by Grassroots California. Check out the dopeness at grassrootscalifornia.com.